Hey guys, Prince of Macedon here. I'm gonna show you a non-ladder battle where I use the Dwarfs, and my opponent's name is KarndMad, commanding the Greenskins. Now he's gonna have a Shaman for his commander. Now I went with a funky deployment. I put my my 4 miners with blasting chargers right up here. I'm gonna try to get them close to his cav. But I didn't want to inch up too close, because if I got too close, they wouldn't be able to throw their charges if he just charged into me. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped right here. Basically, I want to capture this terrain with my miner blasters. So they did drop some explosives on these goblin riders here. And I'm trying to rush up my slow-moving dwarves here. There's my slayers, I only have one of them. Got a bunch of longbeards, and I got a crap load of these iron breakers. That's why my army is so small. But I have no missile units, unless you count my tossable explosives. Like no thunderers though, no cannons or anything like that. So here's my opponent's army. He's got these goblin wolf riders are everywhere. Tons of them. He's got some giant monsters. Here's an rock spider. He's got a orc boar chariot. He even has a giant with a lot of experience on it. See that? Here's his commander. As I said, it's some kind of shaman. He has another giant. So we're gonna fight for this hilltop here. So I turned these guys in time so they were able to brace for impact against these goblin wolf riders. Not sure if that helped them or anything, but they are iron breakers. Now these guys also carry explosives too. So some of my miners are getting destroyed by this cab charge. But I think I caused quite a bit of damage with my explosives, and these guys are fairly cheap, so I don't mind too much that I'm losing them. I mean, I do kind of mind, but they did slow them down a little bit. So these are my iron breakers tossing their explosives. So it doesn't seem like to be having that much of an effect on these giant monsters, but it's definitely doing a lot of damage to these guys. It's like they're tossing like satchel chargers or something. It's pretty intense. So anyhow, he's casting spells in the middle of my guys. I got my Lord Commander right here doing a lot of good damage, I think, to this giant monster. Yeah, rock. Here's his spell. So I'm trying to keep a compact formation, or at least trying to keep my guys together. These guys could not join the rest of my troops because they were too busy getting hammered by these goblin wolf riders. But I knew if they stood their ground, they could easily grind these down attritionally. Because Goblin Wolf Riders aren't the best cab ever. It's a lower tier cab unit from the Greenskins. Greenskins have superior cab than this. But he brought a lot of those though, that's the thing. Tossing charges at these giants' faces, as you can see. This is a giant on fire. Bam! But again, it doesn't seem like it's doing much damage, but it sure does look pretty though. But look at his health, it doesn't seem to be going down that much. We're basically just going to keep up the pressure on these giant monsters, try to waver them. This guy's going to toss his shaman back. Now his shaman is not really a melee warrior, so I knew if he got close to my commander, I could just wail on this guy. Granted, my commander is getting kind of low in health, because my commander is a frontline commander. He's going to fight the front. Lead by example. His health isn't low yet, but it will get pretty low in a bit. He just took quite a charger from that giant rock. So here's his shaman. He's probably gonna cast another spell here, I think. He's just standing there. Well, I guess he is fighting melee. Maybe he wants to fight melee because he sees how desperate this battle is. See, these charges do work well against these, these more fodder units like the Goblin Wolf Riders and whatnot. But against these giant units like this, it's not doing as much damage as I'd hoped for. So here's my Lord Commander getting stepped on by this giant. He's 2 giants here. So yeah, I think it was getting a little desperate for him. That's why he's tossing his Shaman Wizard Commander in melee. The rest of his troops have routed. They're at the edge of the battlefield right now. Should definitely bring them back in as soon as possible. But you know, in the heat of battle, sometimes you just forget. So he's bringing these guys back. He even has this chariot right here. Orc boar chariots. And I'm going to continue to grind these giant monsters down. Like, even though the explosives they didn't seem to be too effective, you know, the fact is, there's a high volume of it going at the guy's face. Boom! Gonna charge on those Goblin Wolf Riders. You can see this giant is not gonna go down. Well, he will go down soon. Check it out. Keep watching, guys. I think that one does him in. Yeah, look at that! Oh, man! So here are his chariots. Now, you know, people are saying these battles end abruptly. They kind of do, but on the flip side, when you're playing ladder battles, I think it's kind of helpful. Because some people will try to disconnect when they see that they're going to lose. But in instances like this, where a battle kind of ends without knowing for sure how it's going to end, you know, it might prevent some people disconnecting. I don't know, I'm just tossing some ideas out. I mean, overall, I'd like to see these battles go, you know, just keep going. But, you know, all of his men did break, so once all of his men break, then there's no longer a battle. Pretty much. Let's go look at the damage here. So, yeah, Umgrim Iron Fist was my commander. And let's see who did the most damage on my side. Yeah, these Iron Breakers did 84 kills. On his side, his giants killed a lot of my guys. These two giants, look at that. 86 and 69. And this Rock and Rock Spider killed 70. So, a pretty successful outing from his giant monsters. Anyways, good game to KarndMad. Hope you enjoyed this dwarf battle. I don't really use these guys that often. But, you know, sometimes it's fun to use them because they're so... I mean, they are pretty much an underdog faction. They're not that great in these battles. At least not the settings I play at. I play at ladder settings, which are large funds. Maybe if you play a larger fund, maybe they might have more of a chance. I don't know. Yeah, I think the Dwarfs and Bretonia are kind of not as strong as the other factions. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Get into my opponent.